Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Darkest Dungeon, the Crimson Court. And before we get started, there's a couple of things we should probably go over. As you can see, my roster is completely different from when we left off last episode, and there is a good reason for that. Reason being is I came back after I uploaded the last episode, took a look at the roster that we had, what was in our stagecoach, and realized that we were pretty much screwed. And that was primarily because of the fact that we got 2 abominations early on. And I don't know if I explained this, but the thing about abominations is that religious party members will not go with them on quests. That includes the Crusader, the Vestal, the Leper, and the newest class added in Crimson Court, the Flagellant. And the main problem with that is that our only healer was a Vestal, who was about 20 points of stress away from going insane, or perhaps becoming virtuous, who knows. And there was no way I could have taken her out of stress relief and taken that big a risk, even on a short quest. So I made the decision that the only thing we could do was to restart. Thankfully, we were early on in the adventure, so it wasn't that big of a problem to do so. So that's what I did. I restarted. We got a much better roster from the stagecoach this time around, and I decided that I'd go with it. Now, as you can see by these flies, or sorry, not flies, mosquitoes, and this Crier's Decree, the courtyard is now available to us. However, we're not going to be going there yet, because I know what the mission entails, and I wouldn't recommend going there without at least level 2 heroes, with at least either upgraded armor or weapons. Speaking of which, I had just enough resources to upgrade the blacksmith once, and I decided to go for some armor smithing. I haven't upgraded everybody, but I have upgraded who I'm taking with me on the next quest. Speaking of which, we should embark on said quest. Already know who I'm bringing. Let's see, Diel, our new Hellion, is coming with us. Dismas has taken the second slot. Louvette, who is currently the only person that has a healing ability. Well, that can be used on other people. Ooh, that reminds me, we also have the guild, which means I can actually unlock new abilities. I'm going to swap out the blinding gas for emboldening vapors. Dismas, I'm going to get duelist advance and point blank shot, very powerful abilities, and I'm going to swap out I'm going to need pistol shot later on. I'm going to swap out Open Vein and Grape Shot Blast, just because Tracking Shot can be very useful. Let's see, as for Diel, I already took care of her. Musard, I'm going to swap out your Lunge for a Pick to Face. Other than that, your abilities are, well, pretty good. Okay, sorry about that. Let's see, what have we got here? Activate the... Oh, wait, no, that's the courtyard. No, don't want to go there yet. Ooh, Carapace Idol for the Antiquarian, plus 25 protection. That can be useful, but this is a medium quest, and I don't recommend bringing along level 0s on this. Accuracy with melee skills could be good. Plus 4 dodge, but minus 20 move resist. I think I'm going to focus on this. 1, because the accuracy is good. 2, I need the portraits if I want to upgrade the guild. Let's see. That's our Arbalist. That's for Flagellant. No. My Plague Doctor doesn't have melee skills. And that's not useful. Okay, here's the other thing I wanted to talk about. Provisions. As you can see, the prices for my provisions are greatly decreased from what they are in-game. Now, anybody who played my anybody who watched my previous Darkest Dungeon playthrough without, Crimson Court, will notice that the prices are very similar. Well, that's because I had a mod that increased stacks, or increased maximum stack sizes, and reduced prices. Unfortunately, when Crimson Court came out, the update that came with it kinda broke that mod. And it didn't look like it was getting updated at any time. Thing is, I kinda liked the prices I had, so I took a look at their official modding guide and made the modifications myself. I did it successfully, I tested it, it worked just fine. So I figured, may as well upload this so that other people who liked that mod could use it as well. Well, I restored the original files because I kept a backup, as anyone should. Then I downloaded the file I had, or rather subscribed to it, enabled it, and nothing changed. I have no idea what I did wrong during the uploading process because, well, the guide isn't really specific on how it works, but something went wrong. I don't know what, I don't know why. If you guys want me to show you how I did the modifications, because I'm willing to do that, leave a comment in the description, or yeah, just leave a comment in the description if you'd like me to make a video on how I did that, just so that you can know yourself. But without further ado, let's get our usual supplies. 2 shovels, 12 food, and what this reduced pricing means is that I'm going to have more money left over to spend on upgrading my heroes. That'll be very handy. Now let's see. Wield. We're gonna need anti-venom and bandages. And this is mainly for the curios that we're gonna encounter. Let's see, holy water isn't gonna do us much good. Laudanum. That's only really useful if we encounter a madman, but I'm not sure if we will. Because madmen are, so far, the only things I've seen that cause horror. But without further ado, I will see you guys once we arrive at our mission.
Corruption has soaked the soil, sapping all good life from these groves. Let us burn out this evil.
Oh joy, we gotta set up that guarantees a need to backtrack. So you're gonna avoid that grave, and already one of our
Nature herself, a victim to the spreading corruption, malformed with misintent.
Gaining use. And to battle right away. Thankfully they have been surprised. Let's see. Don't know why I put Dismas in the second slot when he has a point-blank shot. It's better to have him in the first with that. Get a good opener. Eliminate an enemy, or at least a weak one. Not gonna bother with... God, I really rearranged the party badly. Oh well. They're surprised, not a big deal. Finish him off or try and kill another. Nah, better to finish off one that is weak.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Let's see, nothing I can do about that. I can, however, use an emboldening vapor on Dismas.
A time to perform beyond one's limits.
To counteract the damage reduction from the riposte. Or at least try to. Not sure if I mentioned this, but I love riposting. Why? Because whether you hit or not, you're going to do... Well, whether you get hit or not...
Another one falls.
You're going to counter them. So, very useful. Okay, I want to take care of the bleed on the Plague Doctor just so I don't have to worry about using up a bandage. Yes, I know. And I don't need to use a bandage because I've got Battlefield Medicine. But here's the best part. Even if I use it on another hero...
The wounds of war can be healed.
She still gets cured
but never hidden.
She still gets cured herself. Damn it. Really hoping that wouldn't be the case. And that's why I brought a pick for his face.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Nothing I love more than than riposting an enemy to death.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles. paid for in blood.
Another journal page. I am become vengeance. All cultists will feel my mace. Brigands fear my roar. I am outnumbered, 'tis true. I am starved and half mad, but as long as there is breath in my body, I will press on. I will wreak unbearable agony on those who would seek to despoil my great manse. What the heck is a manse? And now they come. I douse my torch. I do not fear the darkness. This is my house, and woe to the uninvited. That is just a very small snippet of what I feel was a very incredible tale. Because that was the 4th of 4 pages. Alright, good. First battle, and they are surprised once more. Who do I hit? I kind of want to get rid of the fungal artillery first, just because they're going to be a serious issue. Which is probably what I'm going to have my Grave Robber and my Highwayman focus on, and of course,
A brilliant confluence of skill and purpose.
I wouldn't call that brilliant, he's still alive. Unfortunately, these guys have rather high blight resist, but nothing ventured, nothing gained. Damn it. Oh well, worth a shot. Unfortunately, I can't use her Iron Swan to hit them because it requires her being in front. Oh, come on, don't hit her, hit my Highwayman, because then he can kill you.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Well, there's that. But he's definitely going to need some healing from the Plague Doctor. Not going to be much, but a little healing is better than none.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
And he got rabies. He loses a lot of accuracy, which he didn't really have any to begin with, according to the accuracy mod. But he gains a fair amount of damage. Not really worth it, in my opinion.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
I love it when a good critical lands. Yes, yes, I know about protection.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
Yeah, we know. I also really wish I'd gotten some scouting here. But oh well, we'll take this path first. Ooh, eerie spiderwebs. I believe this one is the bandages. Yeah.
A fortune, waiting to be spent.
Ooh. Good amount of gold from that. You wonder how a backpack works? Really? Really? Okay, these guys can be a pain because they have an ability to revive their dead brethren.
Another abomination cleansed from our lands.
So basically this guy has an ability that if it hits, will revive this guy.
Begone, fiend.
But it doesn't matter. And we get nothing from them.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Well, yeah, we just proved that. And no scouting to see if this is an empty room. But we have to check it anyways. Oh, great.
Weakened.
Good, good. Keep up those dodges. I'd normally go for the Duelist Advance, but I want to get rid of this guy as soon as possible. Not for the Duelist Advance. At least then I would have had the riposte. Now, Horror, I don't think we've encountered before. I may be wrong, but basically it's kind of like a bleed, but instead it induces stress. Speaking of damage over time, let's hit them with a blight.
The blood quickens.
And let's get this guy with an Iron Swan before he can inflict horror on anyone else. Please don't contract rabies. Come on! That sucks. Because as much as I like the damage increase, the whole minus accuracy really doesn't appeal to me. Because here's the thing. What good is all that damage if you're not hitting your targets? See what I mean? And
Inspiration and improvement.
And yes, I realize that's a dodge, not a miss, but still. Let's see. 4 damage, 2 rounds. I feel like I can afford to hit someone else with it. Ah. See what I mean? Power is nice, but it's only good if you can hit someone with it. I'm not gonna bother hitting that guy. He's a goner no matter what. Let's see. Let's get some battlefield medicine on Dismas, just because he's low on health and bleeding. Oh, good. He moved up.
Back to the pit.
That was something, at least.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Ah, good. Free torch. I was just about to use someone. Not gonna bother using the grave, because the only way you'll get your loot from it is by using a shovel, but you're gonna want to hold on to those for obstructions. Let's see. Ooh, poison darts. These are always good to have. Or at least they would be if I could hit. Okay, screw it. I'm getting rid of the rabies as soon as I can. Just cannot catch a break, can I? Don't you dare contract rabies, too. Jeez, why do all these dogs suddenly hate her? What'd she do to you besides killing several of your brethren already? There we go. Now you're hitting them. Jeez, these guys have got a serious vendetta against her.
Soothed. Sedated.
Well, at least they can miss too.
Executed with impunity.
Gonna have to use this. Because the primary reason I got it was not for the healing, but for the curing. Well, at least they stopped attacking the Hellion. Double dodge. Come on. Can we please hit them? She needs a little more healing. Really wish I had a better healer for this. Okay, one left. One left.
The ground quakes. Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Honestly, at this point, it could be either. Anyways, I'm gonna backtrack, meet you guys back at the crossroads once I've gotten there. Okay, we're back. Along the way, my Hellion had the brilliant idea to go digging around in a grave and caught some blight. Though thankfully I had some anti-venom to spare to use on her. Free torch. It's a torch. You already saw one of these.
Wealth beyond measure. Awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
Well, it's a torch. We'll probably only get about 5 gold back for it. That is if we don't use it. Surprised nothing happened. Well, outside of the torch. Alright, what do we got? No scouting. Yay. Oh well, take the shorter path first. Well, at least it's not a madman. Just gonna take her out as quickly as I can. Don't contract rabies, don't contract rabies. Thank you.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle.
Don't care if you put some stress on the plague doctor. Not that big of a deal on her. What is a big deal is the fact that you held on with 1 HP. Would it do any damage? No, it would just stun her. Alright, I'm better off just continuing to heal. This is why I always prefer accuracy to power. Most of the time.
Destroyed.
And of course, I get a critical hit on someone who was only 1 health from, or 1 point away from death. Because, you know, that's just how it works.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Oh, one other thing you might have noticed. I also increased the stack sizes for the various loot, such as gold, which now goes up to 5,000. And you probably won't see it this episode, but I also did the same for the gemstones, heirlooms, etc. And no battle here. That's fine. That's fine. It was a short path, so it's not a big deal. So, last one is here. At least we're going for complete exploration. What do we got? Ooh, another journal page. Blood-soaked pages from a torn journal. They are sleeping. I am kept from my slumber by a distinct stream of whispers, as if carried by the currents and waves of the sea. I have not told them that most of my flesh has sloughed off, revealing a strange silvery membrane. I keep myself covered. They questioned me when I ate the meat raw at camp, and found my response difficult to understand. I suppose it would be best to explain my condition when they awaken. Then they would be convinced of my urgency to leave and find aid in the hamlet. Something tells me that aid never came. Okay, seeing as how we know this is the last room...
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
I'm going to spend some of this food to heal up my lower health party members. That should do it. Oh good, it's just a bunch of rabid dogs. Whom hopefully will not give my other party members rabies. Fine, attack the ones that already have it. That's fine. Okay, good, good. 1 down. 3 more to go, with hopefully... Because here's the thing, I only have 1 cell at my sanitarium, which I actually don't think is unlocked yet. Huh. Oh my god. Alright, just get some healing going.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle.
At least I'm taking them out. Please don't give the plague doctor. Good.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Yeah. So,
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
so are diseases.
The agents of pestilence will yet be driven from our woods.
Yeah, somehow I doubt that. Alright, what all have we got? Resilient, plus 10% stress healed. That's good. Precise Striker. Unholy Hater. Good. Deviant Taste is not allowed to visit the brothel for reasons best left to discretion. Musard, you dirty girl.
A fresh irritant to some. A sanguine memory to me.
See, a crumbling stone entry to a forgotten labyrinthian garden has been uncovered. The discoverer, sadly, has perished from innumerable insect stings. Concern rises. Stress reduction activities in town are slightly less effective. Yay. Okay, now we have the sanitarium. Basically, we can use it to remove negative quirks and diseases, but you can also use it to reinforce positive quirks. In other words, locking them in. So if you get a quirk that you, say, really like, you can make sure that they never lose it. Now, here's something I actually didn't know at first, but... Well, let's find someone with a negative quirk first. You can both erase and lock in a quirk at the same time. It'll cost a lot of gold, but it's something you can do. The problem is it's insanely expensive. But that's not what we're here for. What we're here for... Oh good, that's a medical ward. It'll cost me some busts and crests.
Curious methodologies and apparatus can calm even the most tormented soul.
But it'll be worth it to take care of both Dismas and Musard's rabies. Just glad it was for the medical ward and not the treatment ward that upgrade was for. So yeah, I imagine that this whole thing is only going to get worse the longer we wait. It's sort of the game's way of saying, hey, get on with it. Let's toss a dial in there. Let's see, we got 17 deeds. But we're short on crests. I suppose I could trade away some of our busts for this in order to get weaponsmithing, which, you know what, I think I will.
Fan the flames, mold the metal. We are raising an army.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's the thing. Crests are very common, but they are also used in everything. Let's see. Probably going to take Reynald out, so weapon and armor. Louvette's still good to go, so weapon. Weapon armor for Veral. Who should take the second slot, though? Let's see. You know what? I think I'll take Woodville. Whoops. Wrong button. You know, one other thing I like is that as the weapons upgrade, their portrait, at the very least, changes to reflect that. It's a nice touch. I wish they could have also applied it to the heroes, but that would have meant a lot of sprites. Let's see, let's check our stagecoach, though. We got a man-at-arms. Let's see, Crush, Defend, Retribution, Bolster. That's good. That's actually really good. Yeah, I'll take him. But I'm not going to be...
The raw strength of youth may be spent, but his eyes hold the secrets of 100 campaigns.
And I've already got a Vestal. Or, not a Vestal, a Leper. So... Because the thing is, I like to get all of the heroes first before I start getting duplicates. So let's see, Reynold, Louvette, Varol, and Woodville are going on the next quest, and then I think after that, once Dismas has gotten his rabies taken care of, we'll finally hit the courtyard. Though that'll probably have to wait for the next episode. Ooh, before I forget, because I didn't do this yet. See, let's toss Varol in here and get her Divine Comfort. It's a weak heal, but it's party-wide, so that's useful. And let's see, Dazzling Light or Hand of Light. Well, actually, I should get rid of Hand of Light to get Dazzling Light, because I typically have her in the back. There we go. And Woodville. No, I like pretty much all your abilities, but I think... Actually, I think I'm going to swap out Finish Him for Flashbang. Because sometimes being able to shuffle around your enemies can be very useful. Now, let's see. Vestal only. Salacious Diary. Ooh. Let's see, plus 33% stress healed while camping, plus 25% healing skill. That is useful. And I know that they're going to swap around. You know what? Screw it. We're taking on the courtyard now. Besides, I gotta get rid of those of that infestation before it gets any worse. Alright, let me grab my provisions and I'll see you guys once the mission is loaded.
The courtyard and gardens surrounding the manor were once a point of pride for the diligent custodians I employed. Great banquets and lavish social affairs were hosted here under the stars. Despite the expectation of propriety normally ascribed to those in our position, we mocked the stoic melancholy of the moss-covered fountains and cherubic statues, our salacious trysts half hidden in the hedgerows, our morality slipping ever deeper into the mud. Soaked and sinking, these stone terraces and sprawling gardens were the site of long-forgotten revelry and well-remembered regret.
Now, as you can just see by the map, the courtyard works differently. Also, I just realized I bought a bunch of torches, but I don't really need it here. Oh well, they can be useful as they can boost accuracy. But anyways, unlike in every other area, the map is not fully revealed when you go to the courtyard. Instead, it reveals itself as you explore. So thankfully we have no need of torches here because of Bloodlight. But having them can still be useful for other things that I will demonstrate in time. Let's see, you're going to want to use bandages on these guys. 250 gold. I suppose that could be worth it. Yeah, this thing has its all new slew of curios. And here we see the first of the new enemies, the manservant and the supplicant. Already boosted himself with protection. Can't hit the supplicant because of this guy. Let's see. Let's get some emboldening vapors on Reynold.
Inspiration and improvement.
And hit the little manservant with a bit of judgment. Weaken him up for Reynold to finish him off.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
And now we just beat on the supplicant with our axe.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Now, the thing about these guys is that they have a very special disease that they can inflict on us. I'll explain it when or if we ever get it. Oh, jeez, these guys are annoying. Sycophant. Not because of that, which can heal them and boost their stun skill chance, but because of this thing that they do with their wings that greatly annoys our heroes. Now let's see, could I hit them both and kill them? Oh yeah, I could definitely kill this one.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Now the thing about these guys is that they have very high blight resist, so perhaps bringing along our Plague Doctor for that wasn't the best of ideas, but oh well. We can at least heal bleeding and blight should it come to that. Ouch. Okay, got that a lot sooner than I thought we would. The Crimson Curse. One of your heroes has the Crimson Curse. The curse is not like other diseases. It can't be cured normally in the sanitarium. The only way to keep it at bay is with the blood. There may be other ways to cure it. Yeah, I actually, when I went through on my personal playthrough, I actually got through this entire thing. Nobody got the Crimson Curse. And it's slightly ironic that one of our religious people got it. Just saying. Oh, that is just gross. Let's see, let's get some emboldening vapors going on Reynold.
The blood quickens.
Ah, tried to get a kill on that one, didn't work.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Okay, seriously, quit puking on me, that's gross.
Weakened.
You know, I'm gonna go for the Zealous Accusation just to try and get rid of the corpse. Got a critical on the wrong guy. Yes, of course I did. Alright, let's take care of that blight.
Destroyed.
Okay, got it right the second time around. And let's get a judgment going on this guy. Got a critical heal I didn't need, but hey, not gonna say no to the stress relief. Okay, this is gonna make things somewhat difficult. Now, as you can see, normally there would be a blight resist drop, but because I got the Crimson Curse buff mod going, kind of removes that, which makes a little bit of sense considering everything here has such high blight resistance.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Why should you lose any? Yeah, bleed skill. Don't have any of that here, so I can't equip it on anyone for anything good. But let's take care of the thronging hive. And I did just remember something, that it's good to bring torches here anyways for various curios. Now, this one you'd have to use a shovel on, but I really don't like using shovels on. I could use the blood, but something tells me I might need that for my 2 recently infected friends here. Now let's see what curio we've got here. Ooh. Okay. Throbbing cocoons. This is one of the reasons you want to bring torches along, because burning these with a torch will be a massive stress relief. It's typically around 30, but my Plague Doctor didn't have that much. Alright, got a battle up ahead. Curio, another curio. Sorry about that, felt a massive cough coming on. It was like I was saying, this is actually a fairly straightforward path for this. Yeah, that's the thing I was talking about. Well, at least they're smart enough to target the guy who already has stress. Again, let's start with some emboldening vapors. Get that going.
A brilliant confluence of skill and purpose.
Not bothering to give it to Woodville, especially not now, because, well, he's already getting a damage boost from the Crimson Curse.
Annihilated.
Well, at least we're getting some blood from them. Keep on walking. Shouldn't be anything else besides this pillar. That's why you want to bring along the shovels, even though we're not in an interior space like we are, well, everywhere else. Battle a Curio. Another Curio. Oh, and as you saw, our text box has changed. Let's see, this guy's the weaker of the two. And still somehow manages to survive. Don't know how you dodge sound, but hey, I ain't gonna complain.
A time to perform beyond one's limits.
Good, that guy's taken care of. And because I'm lucky enough, I get a zealous accusation to finish off the carry leader. It just leaves his little supplicant. Good, good. Keep dodging. Don't need anybody else getting the Crimson Curse. Not that I'm really going to be able to stop it.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
And already we've got a full inventory.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
Yeah, I actually brought along more food than I typically do on short quests because, well, this can be a rather large map, even for a short one. Oh boy, doesn't tell us what rooms we've got though. See, let's have our bounty hunter burn this. Get rid of what little stress he has. And as I always like to do, I take the shortest path first. Oh, god damn it. Really? You're protecting the overgrown sycophant? Okay, okay. Woodville can still work from this position. Might as well work on taking out these manservants first. It's actually rather interesting.
Confusion, nerves, and panic.
It's actually rather interesting that their appearance changes when they get some blood. It's a nice little touch. Okay, this guy is dead from the blight, so I don't have to worry about him. Gotta start moving her back, though. Gross.
The will to fight falters.
I know he's blighted. That's the least of my concerns right now. Alright, keep targeting this manservant.
Executed with impunity.
Because I can't hit this one until this guy dies from the blight. This guy, he's also going to die from the blight, so they're no longer issues.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
Unfortunately, I can't use my battlefield medicine from the second slot, which sucks. And now we focus on the sycophant. Try and get him taken care of.
The slow death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
Well, at least nobody's getting infected. Thankfully, because of her high, decent disease resist, she's able to resist the Crimson Curse. He's guaranteed to kill, so I'd actually like to take some time to do a bit of healing. Plus his turn's already gone, so I don't have to worry about that. Take care of the blight. Oh, sure, she's the one who gets the critical heal. And finish him off.
Decimated.
Let's see, Onyx, 500 at 1, 375, 250. Yeah, I think I'll get rid of the Citron for the Onyx. The Protection Stone, I think I'm gonna just leave it. Let's see, Curio. But I'd like to know what's back here, because chances are one of the quest items are back there. And you know what, yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. But this time I'm gonna take the longer path. And we've run out of time, but I'd like to finish this quest off quickly. Another pile of bones to use our bandages on. Move skill chance. Pass. Honestly, at this point, I'm mostly just doing it to get rid of bandages. Alright, he can still attack from here, so yeah, I'm gonna take advantage of that. Finish off the manservant before he can get his protection off. And you know what? Let's stun this guy. Get a nice little critical. Move our Plague Doctor back once more.
Eradicated.
As it turns out, I was right to come back and go this way, because this is one of the thronging hives. Thronging. No idea what that means. Chances are it's not going to be this way, but who knows. Ooh, but there is this. Okay, that's an empty room, but because of the fact that we don't know if there's anything beyond it, well, oh well. Oh wait, no, that's right. Free holy water, because we have a Crusader with us. Or was it the Vestal? One of the two. Get rid of a good amount of health, or not health, good amount of stress, and yes, I saw that. 60%, 90%, 70, 60. Alright, Woodville. Good. That takes care of that. From what I've seen of the trailer, it's actually a vampire hiding under there that just leaps out. Though apparently he's breathing rather heavily because he creates some rather large bubbles that we can see. Now then, let's see. Is this the right way or just another dead end? Let's see. Curio moved to this room battle. I think that might mean we're headed in the right direction. Because I know there's a room battle between us and the last of the... or the final thronging hive. Am I right? No, this isn't the battle I was looking for. Oh, come on, enough with your enraging slights. Good, she didn't move. Let's see. Carrion Eater or Manservant? I'm more likely to kill the Carrion Eater than the Manservant, so... it didn't matter either way, because I still didn't do enough damage. Get him boosted. Doesn't matter if he moves, because he's already at the front. There's that. Got a bit of Blight. Not a big deal. Get some healing on the Plague Doctor, because she needs it. And let's get a Zealous Accusation going to finish off the Carrion Eater.
Be gone, fiend!
And the other guy at the same time. Okay, next chance I get with the Plague Doctor, I need to clear the corpses. Let's see, get some more healing going. Come on, there we are. Disorienting Blast. He's stunned, not that it matters at the moment. Well, actually kind of.
Another abomination. cleansed from our lands.
Never mind, it didn't, because he died anyways. Let's get some battlefield medicine, take care of that blight. Try and take this guy out in one shot. Oh, how I hate when that happens.
Obliterated.
This expedition at least promises success.
Okay, so we should have kept going this way, but hey, couldn't hurt to check, at the very least. Because we don't know how big this map is due to the way it works. At least we're not getting too much stress, he says, as the Vestal is gaining several levels of stress. Now then, let's see, what's on the way here? More of those flowers, not going to bother with them. Ah. Here's someone rather interesting. A hooded shrew, a mysterious figure, not fully human, not fully insect, kneels here on the ground. You want to get anything from her? Give her the blood.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
Let's see, lack of patience, abomination only, plus 10% virtue chance. Not bad. I'll put the warrior's bracer on my crusader. What can I get rid of for this? I think the anti-venom. I haven't used it. And now I think we're moving on to the battle that I was talking about. One of your infected heroes has a thirst which can only be satisfied by the blood. Feed them soon, or they may begin to weaken. I will. Yeah, now we've reached stage 2, which is outside of the speed, all negatives. But I'll take care of that craving very soon.
A hideous mutation. Unnatural and abhorrent.
Yeah, this is the guy I was talking about. This guy is the reason you don't want to bring level 0s on this mission. And you're going to want to have several ranged abilities, as well as someone who can take care of bleeding.
A powerful blow.
Ooh, nice strike. Teeth rake. Good boy. Because here's the thing about these bull rushes. They have a lot of health and very high protection, which means they're not going to be taken care of. And now, we give Woodville the blood. Bloodlust. Drinking the blood has a terrifying effect on the hero. They crave violence. So basically, it's all positives for the most part. See, these guys gone a little bit insane in a way. They can cause some stress damage to your heroes, but let's worry about that later. You know, when we don't have a giant, deformed crocodile trying to kill us. Let's try and pull them forward if we can. Good. Get some emboldening vapors on our crusader. And then start wailing on him as much as we can. As a matter of fact, let's try and get a stun going. Because he does have abilities that allow him to fall further back. Here I will strike for blood. Yeah, they can randomly move your heroes around, cause some stress damage, etc., etc., etc. Let's see. Ooh, plus 90% versus marked. You know what? I'm going to take this time, get some marking on him, take care of some of his protection, too, in the process. Stun is gone, but hopefully that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Let's have our Vestal deal some judgment and get a bit of healing on herself. At the same time. Ouch. But he did resist the move, not that it would matter. I'm gonna go for a stun again. Damn it. No matter. Oh, of course he would dodge. There we go. Keep him from moving around. Yeah, I know everything's running red. Just gotta keep striking this guy down. Oh, please don't move my Plague Doctor. Thank you. Alright, just to take care of that bleeding. Actually, it's only gonna last one more round, so forget it. And get another boost. Get his damage as high as possible. There we go. Nah, that's what I was afraid of. Thankfully, he only moved back one, but he does have an ability that would allow him to heal. Ooh. Really does not like our Vestal. So much blood. I crave it. Ah, good. Critical heal. That'll get rid of some of her stress as well. I don't want to risk shuffling him towards the back, though the stun would be nice. I'm just going to do some more damage boosting. Again, don't want to risk a shuffle, so just keep attacking him. Uh-oh. That's what I was afraid of. He heals, but what happens afterwards is what I'm afraid of. Ah, that does a lot of damage. It does move him forward, though, by a lot. The problem is it also heals him. Okay, seriously, stop hitting my Vestal. Almost got him. Now let's get some battlefield medicine just to take care of the bleed. Okay, that's just him moving back. That's fine. Come on, stun, stun. Yes. And you start moving back. Come to me, prey. At least it doesn't use up his turn whenever he moves forward. What to do? Nothing more I can do than emboldening vapors. 90%? No, not going to take it. But I am going to take a judgment. Come on, one more solid hit and we've got him. Yeah, massive stress increase. But at the very least, as long as this hits, yes, nobody else got infected with Crimson Curse.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
Tyrant's Fingerbone. Heh, the last laugh is mine. Let's see, what can I get rid of? What can I get rid of? I don't think I need the skeleton key, so I'll get rid of that. Take the Tyrant's Fingerbone and leave the antivenom behind. And right around here should be the last of the thronging hives. But yeah, that battle can be a real pain in the ass if you're unlucky. The blood, I must have the blood. Yes, yes. Feed and drink some blood. Ooh. That takes care of the stone pillar. Move on, no battles. Yeah, that's what happens if you don't disarm the trap. Just one of the guys popping out, try and get you. Now guys, good. Let's take care of this last thronging hive and get out of here.
The maddening whine of multitudinous wings abates. Let us hope that is the end of things.
Oh, you and I both know that's not the case.
In those younger years, my home was a hive of unbridled hedonism. A roiling apiary where instinct and impulse were indulged with wild abandon. A bewitching, predator slipped in amidst the swarm of tittering sycophants. Though outwardly urbane, I could sense in her a mocking thirst. Driven half-mad by cloying vulgarity, I plotted to rid myself of this lurking threat in a grand display of sadistic sport. But as the moment of murder drew nigh, the gibbous moon revealed her inhuman desires in all their stultifying hideousness.
You know, as horrifying as that would have been to murder her, the irony is that if he had pulled it off, we probably wouldn't be dealing with all this. But of course, like everything else, we have to deal with this. Now that plus 25% healing skill will come in very handy with our Vestal. Yes, resolve level up, so we've already been through this. Let's see, weak grip. I'm not too worried about a -3 on critical skills. God-fearing and balanced. Now then, this would normally be the...
These swarming fiends carry a pernicious plague. A sickness so virulent, so insidious. It is more a curse than a mere disease.
In other words, because we destroyed all those hives, the entire swarm is spreading them out to the other areas of the estate. Now, normally I'd go over a lot of the new stuff that just unlocked from all this, but we are well over my typical time limit for these episodes, so I'll take care of that in the next one. So, if you guys like what you see, please leave a like, subscribe for future content, and I will see you guys in the next episode.